Hello again. Here's the rest of my model kits. This was a kit that I really sought after. This was a reissue of a 1962 Buick Electra 225 put out by AMT. They put all these crazy customized pieces for it. I built it stock. And there's another mirror I got from Revell, because once again it didn't come with the side view mirror. It came with some, but they were just god-awfully ugly. I really enjoyed this kit. This was a Honduras burgundy, one part lacquer with clear coat included. This is before I learned that if you put clear coat on top of it, that it really makes it pop out. But still, very pretty kit. I wanted to show you guys the engine. There's not much detail to this kit whatsoever, but it is a reissue of a very old kit from the early 60s. And as you can tell on the bottom, you don't add anything to it except, you don't add anything. You even have screws. At times I really wish that they did that to this day with the screws, because it makes it a lot easier. And I remember as a kid trying to pop the body onto the chassis. I actually collapsed a roof or two when I was younger. This is a Buick Grand National. It was put out by Monogram in the probably late 80s when this car was a current car. Same engineering as the Monte Carlo I showed you in the last video, but I had no issues putting this together whatsoever. But it is from the same run that Monte Carlo originally came out in. And you know, there's a lot of aspects under the hood that are molded in, and some are not. And it came with a lot of chrome. It may not show in the video, but those engine parts are not chromed. I actually stripped them of chrome and painted them aluminum and gunmetal. And let me struggle to put this hood on. I had that gunmetal color. I really liked it a lot, and since it's my car, I wanted to make it graphite. I really like the way it looks. I have a GNX that I bought back in the late 80s that have new decals for, and I'm going to make that pure stock because it only came in black. This is my 1978 Pontiac Trans Am. I got this kit in 1979 for my 14th birthday, and it just sat and sat and sat. Unfortunately, the original decals were trashed through age and storage and moving. Sent to Revell, got new decals, but they didn't have Trans Am on the side and for the rear. And watching Classic Plastic 101 video on his 3-in-1 Trans Am, which is this kit with more parts, he mentioned this guy named Keith Marks that makes decals. So I sent away for decals for this kit. I don't know if I'll use Keith's bird for the hood, because this bird is a very brilliant bird, but I'm definitely going to use the decals for the proper font that goes on the side of the car. This car, I put a little interstate battery in there, and I actually started this kit probably about 1981. I only assembled the engine. So this blue that you see here is the same blue that I had painted it probably when I was in 10th or 11th grade. I just finally got around to finishing it probably in 2011. Better late than never. Hood's a bit tight, so it takes a lot of work to get it open without picking at anything. Once again, this was before I discovered the joys of window cement, so there's a couple of smudges on the headlamps there, but you really can't tell. But I did painted the inside gold, and what I liked about the new decals was the, and you can't see them, is the little Firebird emblems on the wheels. And on the inside, my son's friend's kid broke my CB antenna because I put the CB in it. And to cover a glue smudge, I put that hooker header decal on there. I bought this kit again because the armrests are driving me nuts. I put them in the wrong spot. And next one I'm going to do, I'm going to paint it that really nice bright red that they had on the Trans Ams back in those days. I really did not want to paint Roscoe's car like Roscoe's car, but I could not find old police department decals. I wanted to make this a state trooper so I could chase the bandit. This was a weekend build. I have this posted on my Google Plus, I believe. If not, I will. But all the components on the inside were really fun to paint. Unfortunately, all the guns were chrome and everything, so I had to dechrome a lot of stuff. This was a weekend build. I started on a Friday night and finished it on a Sunday afternoon, so I didn't go real crazy. And once again, as you can tell, there's not a whole hell of a lot of detail on the bottom. That's all molded in. The only thing you had to put on was the rear differential. And at least this one came with a radiator hose. A lot of those old AMT MPC kits, they really like to omit stuff like that. Got this for Christmas. I think Christmas of 2013. It's a Lindbergh Dodge, maybe a 64 Dodge 330. Had a lot of detail, and when you have old eyes, their instructions are pretty hard to read. But what I loved about this kit is it came with 2 engines. Of course, I put the big boy in there, but it comes with the classic slant 6. I have it in display in my toy closet. I freaking love this kit. I went, for me, I went all out on the detail on it. The decals were very good, very thin. Wasn't used to good decals like that. And of course you can't see it, but I have it on Google Plus. I had to, what I call Bob Ross, the dashboard, because I tore up the dashboard decal. But fortunately, I salvaged Dart and Dodge on the back. And this is the same color that ugly ass 1976 Caprice is painted, but with a clear coat. It really shines. This I just absolutely love. I think it's a 67 or 68 Dodge Dart GTS. This is a Tamiya Racing Green paint, and it's just gorgeous. It's one of my absolute favorites. This too came with 2 engines because you were able to build it as pro stock. So I have the 440 in here, and it has a complete 426 Hemi engine. I have that on display. I just really dug this, and as I told you, I like putting window decals on them. So actually this came with the kit right there, but on this one here you have a decal right there. I put it on the next car I'm going to show you. This stripe around the rear end, that was a little bit of a pain in the ass to put on. To get it straight, I had to play with a lot. Then I had to finally stop before I tore it. And this car here is another kit that I really love. It's a 1971 Plymouth GTX. And believe it or not, this thing only had 72 parts. But yeah, a lot of detail. And once again, I go stock. For some reason, I was pretty proud of my carburetors, so I did not glue the air cleaner on it. But there we go, I just place it down. And my only issue with this kit was the hood decal. The decal's very thick. There are no slits to accommodate the curvature of the hood here. And even though I put quite a few coats of the decal set on there, it never fully sunk into these vents here. So if I finally get sick of it and it starts tearing, I will go ahead and strip the hood and repaint it from a 70 Roadrunner kit my son built. You can't see it here because of this awesome flip camera. The decal that is on the side of the hood scoop here, I have extras of. And because they gave me the decals, I went ahead and I put the decals for the tail lights, just for the lulz. If it didn't work out, I would just go ahead and paint them. And with all the Mopars that I build, I always paint the pan the same color as the body. And in other videos you'll see, whenever you see shock absorbers, because I hope to have a better camera at the time, you will see that I always paint my shock absorbers blue. Well, there's all my model kits so far. I hope you enjoyed this. I apologize for this great quality camera work here, but I'm new to this, don't have a tripod, and I don't have a decent camera that could zoom in on this stuff. I would love to show you the interior details, but that'll be a later date. I do intend on posting all my cars on Google Plus, and you'll be able to see what I do on the insides, because I add things to the inside of my station wagons. You take it easy. I forgot to show you my truck, but that'll be another day. Take it easy, guys, and have a great week.